Now that 2024 is over, it is time to look back at everything I found during this year, and yeah, I'd say it was pretty good. So first I'll go through the totals of all the coins that I found, and then I'll kind of display everything, all the best finds, and then get into the jewelry and relics. So without further ado, here we go. 2024 in review. So here's an overview of every single coin that I found this year. For nickels, I got 21 in total. Dimes, I got 45, 47 quarters, 13 loonies, 11 toonies, one foreign coin, and some random American clad. American pennies, those are all my Zinkins, or not Zinkins, because that would be Zink Lincoln Americans. All my Zink Canadians, 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, a decent amount of them. Some 50s pennies, 40s, and then all my pre-40s, my Wheaties, my extra silver, and then all the coins that made it into my collection. Alright, so I've got all my best coin finds laid out right here, which I'll get right into in a minute. But first I forgot to mention some tallies from earlier, so I got 72 American coins, 16 Wheaties, 7 Canadian largies, 676 pennies, 11 silver coins, which is not as many as I would have liked to have found, but oh well, silver. 18 coins that made it into my collection, a total of 814 coins, and a total profit of $58.56 in face value. All right, so let's get into it. I've got my extra American coins here, and then my one foreign, which was a 50-cent euro coin. All my 50s pennies laid out there. A whole lot of 56s. My 40s, bunch of 45s, some 43s, 42s, and a beautiful 38 kg6. Then my 16 Wheaties in descending order. 39, 35, 34, 1919. And then the 3 American pennies that went into the collection were a 1918, a 1909, no VDB unfortunately, and then a 1908 Indian that was in the same hole as the 1909. For my older Canadian cents, I got a 36 kg5, two 1920 kg6s, which were in the same hole, and then a 16 largie, two 1913s, 1912, 1900H, and an 1890. For silver and other stuff, I got the was it Royal Black Preceptory token, which didn't make it into a YouTube video, but it's still a very cool find either way. A British Columbia commemorative token, and then for silver, I got 5 dimes that didn't make it into the collection, including a 1918 KG5, one old nickel, one fishy, 1913, then 3 silver quarters, 1962, 1937, and 1918. And then for the very best finds, I got only one colonial copper, which was an 1850 Dragon Slayer halfpenny. And then the absolute best find of the year was this gorgeous, my apologies, the video cut out there. But my best coin find of the year, and probably ever, if I'm going to be honest, was this 1835 American half dime, which was encased in this little block of what appears to be lead. I had to pry it out of there. So the back is pretty nice, minus the discoloration, but the front, unfortunately, didn't have the same fate. But at least the date is legible right there, 1835, making it my oldest silver coin by probably at least 70 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my oldest one before that was a 1903 dime. So there you go. There are all of my coins from 2024. And just as a little side note, I absolutely destroyed my brother in pretty much every category, as you'll see in his portion of the video. So I love winning. I love beating him more than anything, and this year made me very happy to do that. Alright, and now it's time for the jewelry portion of this wrap-up. I'm just gonna say, I know I was giving my brother a hard time for beating him in coins, but he beat me in jewelry, and he didn't just beat me, he annihilated me, blew me straight out of the water, but oh well, it is what it is. Now, here are my finds. I just got a bunch of kind of crappy fake stuff, a few older pieces like this, and then two very old dog tags. And I know it's not human jewelry, but it's dog jewelry, so I still count it. Two of the same religious medallions, one heart locket, and then my two pieces of silver jewelry were this old earring and this beautiful pearl ring. So, yep, there it is. Alright, last but not least is the 2024 Relic wrap-up, so let's get into it. Up here I've got some more interesting and older stuff, and down here is a bunch of random flim-flam, to quote the Hoover Boys. So I'll talk about this first and then get into that. So, here we are. We've got three old Croto bells. This one, well they all ring, but this one sounds quite lovely. A beautiful old padlock, three buckles of various sizes and ages, the base of an old lighter, the bezel of a pocket watch, the frame of an old pocket watch, this thing which I'm not sure of, but it has a British Great Seal on it. So let me know if you figure out what it is. A Schrader valve stem, an old pocket knife, a bridle rosette, an old derringer that's been tied together with fishing wire, four organ reeds. This thing, which I'm not sure of either, but I suspect it's the end of an old hose. One of many lantern bases. This one is patented 1864. Some old bullets and stuff. I'm not sure the age or caliber of them, so if you guys have knowledge about it, please do let me know. One musket ball, which was my first one in many years. And then this, which I quite like because I used to have a Motorola phone. It's an old Motorola pen, and you know it's old because it's from Gary, Indiana, and if you know anything about Gary, the place has turned into an utter post-apocalyptic wasteland once the coal mines left, so that's quite an interesting find to me. And then in here we've got a few old Lesney cars. This is the base of, or the mouthpiece of a brass instrument, a whole bunch of spoons and stuff, two more old cap guns, a whole bunch of other jingle bells, but they're not quite as old as Croto bells. A jewel, which might turn into a relic in a few years. A whole bunch of harmonica reeds, old toothpaste tube, more lantern bases, and yeah, just a whole bunch of random stuff that is somewhat interesting, but most of you probably wouldn't save it. Most of it is old trash, but I consider it treasure, so yep, that's all she wrote for 2024, and hopefully 2025 provides all this and so much more.